Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully it holds up. You guys missed it. I just passed a U-Haul. Guy had a little Ford Excursion or something like that. He had a little Tonka or a little Power Wheels truck strapped to the roof with like a little police theme on it. It was kind of cute. Wish you guys would have saw it. That was nice. Went down to 2 lane or 1 lane, and somebody was nice. Nice. Welcome back. Sorry, cell service in the mountains kind of sucks. It's going to probably drop in and out. Yeah, sorry, cell service must have dropped. So there was error with the stream. I'm assuming it was switching towers. It's going to probably be sketcy. Obviously, going through the mountains, cell phones don't work the greatest. Oh, I just restarted it, so yeah. I used the same name and I restarted it, so I didn't know how that would work. I wasn't going to type in a new name or anything, so I just re-hit it. Hopefully it didn't overwrite the last one. Yeah, it's not too bad. But they're trying to make it better because we just had road construction. Alright, just bumping it back up to 65.
Did you say 55 or 65?
65 there, Tracy, 65.
Oh, I apologize earlier. I thought you said 55.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, Tracy's got a very loud environment. I'm really surprised it's so loud. I mean, she's got that 7.3 diesel, and being a van, she's got that center hump where part of the motor is basically in the cab. But you would think with an ambulance they would have put a little bit more soundproofing in. So she really can only hear the handheld radio when she picks it up off her lap and sticks it up to her head. So there's a lot of times she'll ask me to repeat stuff, and I got the R2D2 one on the Apple Play Store, I think. Wow, that guy was like in my lane, then swerved over at the last second. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the speed limit's 80 miles an hour, but these guys are a little bit more comfortable at 65, and I'm not in any rush, you know. I'll go the speed they want to go, and whatever makes them happy, you know. I get to run on cruise control because I'm the leader, so I'm happy with that. I like being the leader, you know. I just set it and forget it, and if they fall back, I just bump her down a couple. If they catch up, I bump it up a couple. makes for driving a lot easier than having to be on the gas pedal all the time. I'm really hoping I'm going to get away from this background noise soon on this radio. Oh. Turn that radio down just a little bit. This is the best part of this truck. I got a big boy Jake brake. I don't even have to touch the brakes going down this hill. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she's just jaking down the hill. Got her dropped into 4th gear. Jake brake is just screaming. Love this truck. Wow. That is some really weird background noise. I've never picked that type of stuff up before. I used to be a CB enthusiast back before cell phones. I had a really nice radio rig. I could talk 30 miles to another radio that was of equal quality. People could hear me, they couldn't always reach back because, you know, the receive section, you can only do so much. You can only do so much with the receive section of a radio. And whoever's transmitting to you definitely has to have some power to get back to you. Yeah, it's beautiful. Better, personally. There wasn't quite as many mountains. We've got bad sinuses, so the up and down in elevation really messes with my ears. So, never forgot to bump up the gears. And I forgot to bump it back up to drive. That guy likes to have some fun. Little snorkel kit on his truck. Hopefully tomorrow, I don't know if I'm gonna leave with the convoy or I'm not sure when they're leaving. I did pick up the tires and the rims from the racetrack that got delivered. That's why I ended up staying back. I know there was some misinformation about why I stayed back. I ordered some tires and rims, and the tires showed up. The rims were delayed by a day, so I had to stay back to get those rims. So now I just got to get to some place I can get them mounted and balanced, and we can put them on that, you know, so we can start being able to increase its capacity of what it can pull. You know, it's only got a 2-inch ball on it, you know, right now, and 2-inch balls are rated for 6,000 pounds of towing capability. That trailer is built pretty tough. I'm going to see if maybe I can switch it out to a 2 5/16, I think is the next size up. That'd be rated at 10,000. Again, it's still only got a 3,500 pound axle, but the tires I bought are rated for, I think in a pair, it'll be about 4,200 pounds of weight. I got Class D tires. It might be 4,100, but pretty much if I can upgrade the tongue so that, you know, the ball isn't the weak point, could probably start pulling some full-size pickups. Be able to really use that thing. You know, it's just been a work in progress. You know, I'm really happy that it's a home built. You know, it definitely looks overbuilt for what it is, but I know somebody wanted to try to pull Freedom Ford with it, and I think Freedom Ford's axle width is too wide to have even gotten on the trailer. I don't think it would have been safe because even if it would have fit, he would have been too heavy. At least with the tires that are on there now, at least, because it's only 2-ply car tires on it. So yeah, ambulance. We talked about putting it over a cat scale. I'm kind of curious to see how heavy the ambulance actually is. It's GRW or GWRV or whatever the acronym is. It's 14,000 pounds, but I believe that's what its max. But I bet you that she's 2-inch ball. On a 2-inch ball, yeah, that would have been, seeing how 2-inch balls are only rated usually for 6,000 pounds, that would have overloaded the dolly too. So that wouldn't have been a good idea. But, you know, I'll see what I can do. Maybe see if Eddie wants to see her and do anything, if he thinks he wants to strengthen it anymore. But like I said, it's pretty thick steel. It's pretty thick, heavy duty item. Yeah, I'm guessing about 10,000 too. That's my guess. But you got to remember that whole back half is aluminum on those. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna weigh a little bit, but the aluminum definitely lightens up. I don't know, but then you factor in all the stuff that she has in there, because that's basically her house. Retired. That's her home. That's her little tiny home. You know, I guess it's called. Yeah, look at those snow caps. Take you off. You're really missing out. Look at that. Look at the sun just glistening on that. It looks a lot better in person. I'll tell you that much. That's so much brighter than it is on the camera, or at least from my view. But yeah, I'm gonna put you back in the mount. I'm driving with my knee. There. You guys are back. Just hitting it. Good on camera as it looks in person. Got Tracy about 3, maybe 4 semi-links back. That seems like where she's pretty comfortable. So I think you guys are going to get another view on the front cam. There you go. Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you, on the road trip, definitely some gorgeous scenery. You know, some places aren't quite as pretty as others. I'll tell you, the northern areas where it's not. Wow, that wind is really blowing me. Holy crap, look at all that buffeting. I thought it was funny when I recorded that thing at the racetrack. My viewers were sitting here telling me that my sound and my video was better than the professional streamers. Thought it was kind of funny because they all run Samsungs. So I guess Apple, they like their Samsungs because they're Android phones, and they, you know, yeah, I thought that was kind of funny that the Apple outdid all their equipment they had. They were also running directional mics pointed right at the stage, and speaker that was feet from me, directly off to my right. So that's probably why you guys had a little bit better audio too, because they were pointing fingers on. Crap. Wow, I'm really fighting this wind. Hopefully that doesn't blow me too hard when we get past it. We may have to slow down a little bit. Issues on this phone because what are you dually 6.7 Cummins Ison transmission with the really low rear end gears. She's set up for a 30,000 pound towing capacity. She's a pulling pig. She'll pull pretty much anything I've asked her to. The ambulance is directly behind me, I'd say 7 semi-loads or semi-tractor trailer distances behind me. We're not holding a tight formation. We've got between her and then Tom, he's got about, I'm in a curve so I can see. They probably got about 3 semi-links, and then Tom and the about 4 semi-links, so we're all within visual of each other. But yeah, we got no talking on the CB because I'm talking to my stream. This is hilarious. I have the mic on, so now everybody in the convoy's been hearing what I've been saying to you guys, because I thought I had to key up to talk to my live stream. All right, never mind, guys. You're probably gonna laugh as soon as I take my hand off the key.
What's funny, but
10-4, Tracy. I don't know why. Brain just farted on that one.
I was trying to put it together. It's weird.
I have no idea why the heck I'm so used to talking to you guys. I'm not this is the first time I've live streamed while driving, ever. Well, except for driving. Well, no. Yes, no, kind of. Okay. First time I've live streamed driving Convoy to a destination. I did live stream in first responder's car when I went to go to get his compressor and stuff. So I can't say it's the first time I've live streamed in a car, but yeah. So
beautiful mountains for it.
Oh yeah, they're loving the views. I've got it all zoomed in for them, so they got a real nice view of the backdrop and the scenery, and yeah, they are definitely enjoying the scenery.
Oh good, I'm happy to hear that. I'll let you chat with them. Alrighty, thank you.
I actually brought an air horn, and I brought a more of like a Ferrari horn, and then I've got the factory Dodge horn. I was gonna try to do the high pitch, the factory horn, and then an air horn to get a really good like multi-tone sound. But unfortunately, I haven't had time to put my own air horn and high horn and all that stuff in. So just haven't had time. Mechanic's vehicle is always the last one to be fixed, or worked on. That was nice that we were able to go to Mechanic Andy's house, and he helped me. Well, I did the oil change. He did my fuel filter. That was definitely nice to have that down day where, a lot of times when I'm usually getting asked a million things to fix. So, again, another upside to everything that's going on. Maybe I get to take a break. Sorry for asking. Just got here. What'd you ask? I didn't see it. I'm not really. Unfortunately, I don't feel safe driving and talking, but or driving and reading, especially with traffic and stuff. So I didn't see. I appreciate the moderators for kind of helping to keep an eye on what's going on and stuff. Like I said, smaller text where I can just kind of read one-liners. I can sit here and maybe catch here and there, but when it's multiple lines like this one, that's just too much to try to do. And I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't want to. I don't want to be caught dying on live cam. That wouldn't be cool. Yeah. So, I'm hoping to have a conversation with Santa and Saznak, and I don't know, possibly Jeff from the Unity project. I haven't really had too many conversations with Saznak, but he seems like a fair, honest guy. Santa, I've had some good conversations with him, so kind of want to talk to him. I'm 2 hours and 11 minutes out, 158 miles. Santa seems like a very fair guy, Jeff helped me start the volunteer mechanic thing in the first place. Because before me, there was no volunteer mechanic thing. That started in Monrovia. I was the one that started that. Marcus didn't get the memo, and when we had the meeting behind the stage, it was my position to have. But Tom stood up and he said he was military logistics, and I just wanted to be a mechanic, so I figured if he could do the job better, let him. So that's how Tom became lead mechanic, in Hagerstown and whatnot. So, but yeah, that whole idea, and that was me that got that ball rolling in the first place. Fuel reimbursements for the cars, I was part of that in Hagerstown. I helped get some of that rolling. I've put out a lot of fires. I don't just do mechanic work. I've literally done. Anybody in Hagerstown knows. They've seen whether it's me moving boxes, moving firewood, dealing with logistical issues. You name it. I've pretty much done it for the Convoy. I was also. I wasn't part of it, but I was let in on all the secretive stuff that was happening in Hagerstown that ended up being good stuff. It's how we got the voting box. It's how Mike Lantis started doing the bonfires. That was because of things that happened in secret. It let the leadership know that the people were tired of a top-down type leadership, and that's how we started getting into these more conversation circles where people are able to talk to leaders and express their things. So I don't feel bad for knowing about it. I wasn't an active participant, but I was let in on the information. So I'm glad that that stuff happened, because I think the Convoy ended up being better for it. You know, I've done a lot with the Convoy, a lot for the Convoy, but you know, anybody from Hagerstown knows that. I know I don't have to prove myself. You know, anybody that's been following me, I mean, granted, see, some of you people don't even know or don't know much about me because you've just met me a couple of days ago on live. But the reason the streamers backed me is because they knew. That's why they did it. They didn't do that. I don't believe they've done that for anybody else. Their viewers, you know, wanted my content, and they knew the work I do. They knew how much I've busted my ass for this Convoy. That's why I feel. I mean, I've been in contact with pretty much all of them. Not Oreo. I haven't talked to Oreo yet. I've talked to Joe. I've talked to Ripta. I haven't talked to Oreo. I don't have his number. He's one of the ones I don't have a number to. You know. So yeah. I mean, but that's why they promoted me the way they did. Tried to get my stream going. That's why they're helping me. That's why they helped me. Why Joe's going to help me do my monetization and all that, and get it all set up. Once YouTube realizes the situation, because according to the YouTube monetization page, I don't have any hours logged yet. Even though if I go into the actual YouTube app, I'm like, last I looked, it was like 8.2K or 8.3K. I'm pretty sure with today adding another 3 hours, and there was 500 and some people on here before the stream crashed. There's 408 now. I'll be well over 10,000 hours. So just a matter of waiting for the monetization page to catch up and realize, hey, he's got this many hours. So I don't know. Like I said, you know, you pretty much ask anybody, you know, in Hagerstown what I was doing. Nobody really saw me. You know, the weird thing about Hagerstown was we had the truckers in one section, we had all the cars and RVs in the second section, and because I was in an RV, I pretty much dealt mostly with the people in the RVs and the four-wheelers. So they really knew me. They're the ones that needed the most help. I don't think a lot of the truck drivers really knew me at all. You know, I don't think a lot of the truckers really knew me. I mean, there's a few. I fixed some lights on that really old Peterbilt, or was it Kenworth? You know, there was a few semis I'd done some work on, plugged a few tires, did some wiring issues, but yeah, I didn't. You know, I knew what was his name? Two-Tone. I knew Trenchcoat. You know, a good buddy of mine. He's got my number. We call. He wants me to set up some type of chat thing with him, but I've just never had the time, because it's like a multi-stage process. I've got to install a VPN, and I've got to install this app, and I've got to set up all these parameters. It's like, dude, if I was not doing everything else I'm doing, I would love to try this out, because I am a techie guy. I run, I do some web service and web server stuff. I've been in the computer industry since, I don't know, back when 486s were the thing. I've pretty much, you know, had a computer and maintained and worked in the computer industry for a lot of years. Been into electronics. I like techie things. That's why my air compressor has a remote control, because I wired that in. You know, I wanted to have a remote control feature because I figured out that my air compressor only read accurately when the compressor was turned off. So I needed to walk back to the compressor every 5 seconds to turn it off, you know. So wow, it's getting cold here. 46 or 64. Sorry, slightly dyslexic. If I don't think about what I'm reading too quick, sometimes I'll transpose them. I saw 64 and I said 46. It's not too bad of a problem, but every once in a while I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh yeah, and I just transpose them. Anthony, yeah, I'm so glad I could sit here and do a shout out for him. That was kind of funny. I actually enjoyed that, because just literally like the day before, it was Anthony, Oreo, Joe. They all did that for me, and that's why this exists, because they got me up to 1,000 subscribers in like 20 minutes. It was amazing. I was like, I just couldn't believe it. That just blew my mind. That they had 1,000 subscribers in like 20 minutes. So when Anthony's page got taken down because of a video from whatever, however long ago, and he was calling out, and I saw him on Ripta's stream, I'm like, I got you. I started up a live, you know, we got to save Anthony. And I just kind of played the game, you know. I the next big town there. I'll read it if you guys can. It tells me. I really kind of on auto control and the GPS kind of guide. Just kind of on autopilot, kind of letting the time kind of go, keeping it between the lines is really all I'm kind of doing. I really wasn't focusing on too much of what the signs are saying. That's the damn shame about GPS. I will say that I really like it. I've run GPS back even before it was popular. I used to have a laptop with a USB GPS receiver, and I used to play around it. Like I said, I was a techie guy. Yeah. You know, but the damn shame of that is that you don't really pay attention to landmarks. You just kind of drive, you know. You don't pay attention to the street names. You wait to hear the GPS say, hey, take a right or take a left. Definitely makes it a little bit harder for you than if you're using Maps or MapQuest or something like in the old days. Your phone dies and you're like, well, how the hell do I get home? Or how, you know, or you're halfway to your destination and your phone, crap, you know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. My car radio says it's 7, so yeah, I trust my phone, not my car radio. So 8 o'clock. Just drive exactly on the dot. That's good timing to look down. So it's definitely gonna be dark. I don't like driving in the dark if I don't have to, but it's catch-22. Sometimes I like driving in the dark because there's less traffic, less congestion. You can just kind of get down the road, you know. Then on the other hand, you got problems with wildlife and all that fun stuff. That's never fun. I've had a few close calls with wildlife before. First time I'd ever hit a deer. I was driving my nephew's, this is a close call, not when I hit a deer. I was driving my nephew's motorcycle back from St. Louis area, and he tapped out. It was too cold. I didn't really have motorcycle gear with me. I literally put on every piece of clothing, layered up, to get his bike back to my hometown. And as I was coming around this curve, he had like 80s style cruiser bike, like a Honda or Yamaha or something like that. I think it was a Yamaha. Not really designed for doing 70. No wind protection, straight handlebars. I literally had my feet on the back pegs and I was laying down on the gas tank just to eat the wind a little bit. I had a full face helmet on, just trying to not be a parachute in the wind, so I was a little bit more streamlined. I wasn't getting beat up so much. And family of deer literally come out of nowhere, and they're calling me on the radio. Hold on. What's up, Tracy? I saw my radio go up and I thought I heard a female voice. Were you guys saying anything?
Yeah, I was saying that little red car coming around you right now, give him a honk.
10-4. Well, because I'm not all flagged out, because all the girls have always said they were going to put flags on my stuff, which works out because I go into a lot of places by myself, so it's probably good that I'm not flagged out. They don't know I'm part of your convoy. You guys are the convoy. I'm just some RV ahead of you.
Well, next time you're hunting at a junkyard or whatever, I don't know how to go about it just yet, but I'm probably a train horn.
Well, at least your horns are easy to get to now that you don't have a grill anymore.
Yeah, I think you know your way around.
Yeah, I think I've had that radiator out a few times. But yeah, no, if I end up at a pull apart or something, yeah, I can see if I can grab a couple horns for that. It'd be nice to get some factory ones. At least those things will probably last a lot longer, and I don't have to rewire the entire thing, cut the switch off, and put other stuff on there.
I really appreciate that, because I get a lot of honks and then waves, and then a lot of times people give you that, that motion with their arms where they want you to honk up on the bridges and all that, and I just can't honk.
Honker, whatever. One of these days when everything calms down and we don't have to work on the ambulance anymore. Not your fault. Not saying it's your fault. Just, it's kept us busy. We're going to have to sit here and play with those lights and sirens and, horn buttons and see if we can get the actual ambulance horns to actually work, not just your normal service horn.
Yeah, because I know everything actually works. When I bought it, it was all turned on. I was like, it kind of freaked me out. I was like, you can turn it off, now I'll play with it later, and I never got back to it.
I'm pretty techie, I probably can figure it out.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know who to add. Just kind of give me a list. Mudpig gave me a list. But when I'm driving, I really can't do it, Can't really add mods and, look at lists and mess around with all that. I just gotta trust the mods I got and hope they can keep up with the task. And if they sit here and they say, hey, it's getting to be too much, and stuff's going bad, it is what it is, America too, if somebody wants to say something stupid,
Yeah, Big D wanted me to turn all that stuff on the other night, and we were trying to eat, and I think we had a meeting or something, I don't know what.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting on Fry TV. Look kind of cool. I don't know if I can do that till I'm monetized, because I probably have to do that through the actual YouTube app, not through the cheating way that we're doing it right now. So Prism or whatever it's called. So I I think I'd have to get monetized and, or at least have that section where it registers that I have over 4,000 hours of views so I can actually go live. Do that. That's why people are using Prism when they don't have it 4,000 hours of view time. So yeah, I probably can't do Fry TV until I have that ability. Thank you for letting me know my mods are doing great. I appreciate it. You know, I talk to them. They a couple of them have my phone number. You know, they keep me in the loop. They also watch some of the other streams, so you know, I kind of know what's going on, and I'm choosing to ignore it. Go on with my life. Why do we have a Cash App that's not mine? That needs to go away. Sorry. I don't know why you're sitting here and putting your Cash App on my stream. That seems kind of silly. That's something you do on your stream, buddy, or ma'am, or them, or they, or whatever. America, don't care. America, be who you want, do what you want, do who you want. As long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care what you do, what you want to be called. America. Doesn't bother me in the least. Are you going to your house? No, I'm going back. Vehicles behind me. We're just delayed. We're behind the convoy because we had to fix the ambulance today, and we're just playing catch up to the next spot. We're just playing catch up back to where the convoy is. That's all it is. That's our situation. So I don't know. This is such a beautiful countryside. I will tell you that I do really miss a lot of my friends that I met in Hagerstown. In a way, you can't be out here 24/7. You know, it was nice having a chance to spend some time with Andy while we were in Washington. You know, Washington State. You know, and Oregon and all that. He's a great guy. You know, I'm probably gonna at some point go out and maybe hang out with him this next coming winter, maybe the next year. I don't know. Either or, we'll figure it out. You know, he's a lot of fun. You know, good guy. David's a great guy. Man, couldn't ask for a better guy. I mean, literally, you know, just sat there and did everything. I mean, I'm not a horrible boss. I won't ask anybody to do anything I won't do myself. But you know, he was definitely a great helper. You know, he lied to me in a way. It's kind of funny. He lied to me a little bit. He didn't let me know that he was actually a skilled mechanic. Running and getting parts and being my backer and stuff. And it wasn't until almost the time he left that he let it slip that he was actually a mechanic himself in his own right. And yeah, it was kind of funny, you know, but yeah, he helped me out with a couple of projects too. And you know, I guess I can't say he lied to me. He withheld his experience from me. So, but he was a great guy. I love him. You know, I miss him. You know, join back up as we get a little closer to DC, so that he can. He kind of got screwed when he ended up renting that U-Haul to save Dustin because of that situation that happened with the mechanics trailer. It kind of put him got him close to overdrawing, and he didn't realize it because I think they held a security deposit. Then right, it just some cluster happened, and he went downtown with. And they had to keep moving around, and they had to keep plugging the parking meters. And every time he plugged the parking meter, I don't believe Saznak has contacted me yet. Let me check to see if I've got a text from him. Let me check.
You're on the TV again.
Well, that's because I was talking to Gary.
Oh.
That is a negative. Saznak has not called me yet or texted me.
Well, I sent him a text around 3:30.
10-4. It's okay, you know. I mean, he's probably driving. When I can be a little bit more coherent and not have to be, multitasking. Definitely don't want to be multitasking. I want to be able to be very focused and very engaged in, whatever conversation we have. But isn't he supposed to be joining back with the Convoy, like in really soon or something? So maybe I'll end up seeing him in person before I end up talking to him on the phone.
If you would have been at the meeting this morning, you would have seen him.
He was at the meeting? Well, if I hadn't been up all night dealing with stress and, trying to figure out what the hell, all happened, and not being up till like 5 in the morning, I probably wouldn't have slept in so late. Oh well.
Well, buddy, I was there.
Yeah, but you weren't up till 5 o'clock in the morning. You probably fell asleep almost as soon as we got there.
Exactly, I'm a smart man.
Well, I was under a little bit of stress there, buddy.
I know.
Yeah, 10-4. My chat's saying that Saznak's with the Convoy right now. So did he roll with the Convoy today?
Let's go on. He's back in.
Oh, well, shit. Then I'll probably see him in person before he'll call me.
I spoke to him.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, the guy in the gray van.
I couldn't hear Gary, but I could hear you, and that's a big yay from this end.
Yeah, 10-4. We're going to have to get Gary a better radio or antenna.
I can never hear anything she says.
Well, yeah, we need to get her a better radio too. I mean, she's talking on a walkie-talkie, inside of a metal cage. So, I mean, yeah, it's doing the best it can do. I really haven't had the time on my hands to sit here and put a radio in there, but it's on the to-do list.
That's about it.
Like I said, I'll have more time on a little problem.
10-4.
Gotta look at the positives. I may actually get to have some downtime. Maybe God's intervening and telling me to take a break. Wow, I cannot believe that we up every so often. I mean, we've gone some serious distance, and I think still doing that. Oh, that's really weird. Oh, wow, my screen went dimmer. Let me see if I can. Hopefully, this doesn't screw up the stream. out quite a bit. There we go. Now I can see stuff a little better. Turn that radio down just a little bit more. I really do not know why the thing's getting so staticky all the time. That's very weird. Especially this distance. Yeah. I mean, I think I've been so vigilant because before I joined the Convoy, if somebody broke down, you know, water pump, whatever, ball joint, you know, I mean, whatever it was, U-joint, Convoy just kept rolling, you know. It was kind of, you know, nobody really had your back type situation, you know. It was kind of all on you to keep you up and going, and, you know, just was what it was. And, you know, I never joined the military. I tried to. I have a heart murmur, so you know, when I told the recruiter, when he asked me, I had just done a physical for one of my jobs, and you know, the lady there and said, you know, you got a heart murmur, and I was like, what are you talking about? So she put the EKG on me and showed me how the heartbeat skipped and whatnot, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. And so I hadn't been too long after that, and I was talking to the recruiter, and he's like, do you have any medical conditions? I'm like, not that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm a pretty healthy guy. I mean, nurse, when I did my physical, told me I had a heart murmur, and he says, all right, bye. And I'm like, what do you mean bye? And he's like, yeah, they're not going to take you. I'm like, why wouldn't they take me? And he's like, because you could sit here and fall over and die on the battlefield. And I'm like, yeah, but if I took a bullet to the head, I'd fall over and die too, you know? And they're like, yeah, but that would be enemy fire, not, you know, because you weren't physically fit or whatever. So I didn't get the opportunity to join the military. I like to ride motorcycles. I've got quite a few motorcycles, but I've never been into the motorcycle lifestyle. I'm an enthusiast. I enjoy my bikes. Don't really, you know, there's a few, there's the Hog chapter, there's a few MCs. You know, I've had a few in the past when I was younger, asked me to join. Just not really my thing. I like to just ride, do my own thing. You know, I don't know. But, you know, I guess the moral of that story is that, you know, when you're riding in a pack, you know, if it's on the bike, what time is it there? It's 8:22 p.m. When you're riding in a pack or you're a group of people, you know, I've always had that philosophy, you know, if somebody breaks down, whatever the case, you know, you stop. That's your brother, that's your sister, that's your group, that's your people. You do everything that you can do to, you know, make sure that that person, that's your friend and your people, is safe, you know. So I mean, that's been a driving factor. I really didn't like the couple of times that people got left behind. Actually, with Minnesota Mike. Minnesota Mike, he's got a Class 7 truck. His is a Chevy. He was broke down for like 5 hours. We worked on that thing on the side of the freeway in the drizzle and the rain. It was cold, it was wet, it was dark. Nobody would come back for him. He was too far behind the convoy. That's the call I got. You know, we don't have any tow truck. Oh, we had a tow truck. I think it was.
Do you have any idea what time the meeting's supposed to be tomorrow? I might see if I can make it.
Yeah, I'll ask my chat. Hey, any of you guys know or heard what time the meeting is tomorrow? I mean, we had going back to the story I was just saying about Minnesota Mike and our 5 hour thing was that I can't read messages that long. I apologize. I just, if it's a one line, maybe two lines, I consider and glance over at it. But website says 8 a.m. Tracy, I guess the website says 8 a.m. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, 10-4.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had Grey Wolf, I think, with that little bumper hitch thing, but there was no way to get a hold of him. That's always been kind of the problem is, we've got some equipment that can pull bigger vehicles, but they run in the front with the semis, so that if anything happens in the back, unfortunately, they don't turn around. And that's always been a complaint I've had. That's why I tried to get that mechanics trailer, 20-footer, 14,000-pound capacity type trailer that would be like a bumper pull. New Mexico Mike, gave us what he had, and I'm grateful for it. It's definitely useful. It can't do something like the ambulance. It can't do something like the Ford Transit, I don't believe. I think that's also going to be Gary's Ford Transit. Oh, cute note, that used to be Sasnak's truck, the Ford Transit. So Gary actually knows Sasnak, and that used to be Sasnak's vehicle. That's how he was able to contact Sasnak. But yeah, so yeah, that trailer's just not really, it's good for cars, it's used minivans, stuff like that. But again, like when the ambulance goes down, it just can't really do it. The dolly really isn't designed to do it. I think I say here in, let's see, it says Convoy departing by 8 a.m. Alright. Sorry, leaving at 8. Okay, I got an update. They said the convoy's leaving at 8 a.m. and I'll have to see if they say what time the meeting was again. I think they said something about 7, probably 7:30, but I'm waiting to see the chat sits here and says 7 or 7:30. Yeah, I mean, a flatbed that would stay in the back, but they want the semis up front because that makes good for pictures. Is what it is, so, but really the mechanics need to be in the back because, the back is where the trouble is, that's where you need to be, in the back of the convoy, so that if somebody breaks down, you come up upon them. It's a plus and it's a minus. Plus side is if you pull over for like a half an hour, get a soda, whatever, you can just pretty much cruise. There's none of that surge driving, it's definitely a lot more relaxing drive in the back of the pack, not being directly with the convoy. But the downside is you end up coming in, especially if you got a breakdown or whatever, you come in an hour to 2 hours behind everybody else. So it's like, Jesus Christ, your day, everybody wakes you up super early because they want you to listen to the meeting, and then your day is like super late, so pretty much you get there and either you got to fix whatever you did or whatever happened. You got to fix whatever happened before you can go to bed and pretty much do it all over again the next day. That just kind of sucks, This 10 trucks makes a convoy. You need a trailer with a trailer. Yeah. That's what I thought, Sean. I guess talking to herself. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely nice when we had that Landale. How far out am I? 117 miles, 1 hour and 39 minutes. So it was definitely nice when we had that Landau trailer. And TNT, he's a great guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure in some situations, if we broke down, he would have grabbed somebody. But You know, for the most part, he was mainly, if we could get it there and we needed to get it from one spot to another, he'd definitely load it up and haul it to the next spot. You know, he was good. He was really good for that. There was a car trailer guy that talked about bringing a car trailer back, and he never did. I actually own a 53-foot wedge style car trailer that this truck can pull. I actually had been debating on, when we go past Wisconsin, of grabbing it, but then I have to give up again another sacrifice, which would be my camper, my house, my living room, my mi casa. There you go. I think I got it. My mi casa. I don't know. My Spanish is not very good. I could potentially get a pop-up trailer, but I don't know if my fundage right now. I'm pretty sure my fundage wouldn't work for that. So put a pop-up trailer up on the very top part of the trailer, and then I'd still be able to. I could haul Tracy's ambulance all day. I could pull Tracy's ambulance with that. It's 3 axles. I've got a dually, space it just right on top of the 3 axles. It's got a 10,000-pound winch. All day long. Even if I had to double up the winch, with a what do they call it? Things. Damn it, my brain's fried. But a multiplier, snatch block. That's it. Even if I had to double it up with a snatch block, that'd be 20,000 pounds of pulling force. Could pull that thing right up on there, no problem. If I had that trailer, literally almost anybody, as long as I didn't get too tall. Bridges would be, I'd be worried about the height. Some of these vehicles get kind of tall. Anything that wasn't a semi, pretty much I could have thrown on there. As long as it wasn't, you check your oil recently, you might do that. Are you talking to me, or are you talking to somebody else? I just did my oil change at Andy's over in Oregon or whatever, or Washington. Or I don't remember. Gotta double check. C-Class might fit too. Yeah, that'd be pushing it. I can fit 4 cars or 3 full-size pickups for the most part on there. So full-size short bed pickups I can fit on it. C-Class, that might be pushing her. I don't know. Like I said, when you're bringing certain vehicles, you just kind of have to understand that, like I said, you can potentially put them on one of the flatbeds, but again, you get a C-Class, then you get up a little too high on the flatbed, then you got height restrictions, Oh, ambulance oil? Yeah, we checked the ambulance back at the fuel stop, and it looks good. It actually looks good. We've changed it so many times. The motor kind of looked dirty and nasty, and we've been doing this just drop and flush thing. We did that a couple times. Now the oil looks really, really good. So at least it's been cleaning out the inside of her motor. Same thing with the coolant. She won't be needing to do a coolant flush anymore. I'll glance over at the thing, but like I said, if you put something more than a line or maybe a line and a half, I just pretty much ignore it. Fuel leaking from the ambulance. The ambulance never leaked fuel. It just had a bad gas gauge. I don't remember the ambulance. Oh, yeah. We haven't confirmed that yet. That's a theory. We had a sensor that was disconnected. We're still testing that theory. We're checking it. We had an air temperature sensor that was disconnected from the air box but not unplugged. So it was a functional sensor that was hanging in the engine compartment, registering engine temperatures, not intake temperatures. So I'm not exactly sure what Ford's fuel mapping is, but if it was reading 200 degrees air temperature or whatever the hell under the hood actually gets up to, and it was thinking that that was the temperature of the incoming air into the engine, I'm not exactly sure what Ford would do, but I do know that it lost power and just I was driving behind it, and you could just smell the unburnt fuel through the exhaust. It just smelled, it smelled like a bad injector. It really did. I haven't noticed that since we put that sensor back in. So now that it's registering the proper intake air pressure, I've rolled behind it. I rolled behind it the rest of the way. I didn't smell that I was leading. But I have been behind it. I haven't noticed that really rich, unburnt fuel smell coming from it. She's had plenty of power. We've been cruising. We've done 70, 75 at sections. Whatever the case. So I mean we're doing great. So yeah, I mean she's just rocking along. We checked the oil. Everything looks good. It's nice and clean. I'm really hoping, I'm trying to put a silver lining on everything. I might actually get to go see DC. I might be able to actually be a normal participant and actually go on some of these things down to DC and go see the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. I never got to see any of that stuff the first time, so I'm trying to put a good spin on everything and be like, hey, this might all actually work out for the best because now I don't have to do it, but I still got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of people that are still going to just hit me up, regardless, I mean, that's how it was before. That's probably how it'll still be now, because I'm the guy that doesn't leave you on the side of the road. I didn't do it for Minnesota. I didn't leave Minnesota Mike on the road. I didn't leave Wendy. I didn't leave Tracy. There's a couple other people that have gone down over the time, and Dustin. Yeah, Dustin was another one. There's just so many repairs, so many vehicles. It all mashes together. I just can't even. Who did I flat toe? I flat toed somebody in. It's just every repair every day. I'd probably lose my mind if I remembered every single thing I've done, everything I've fixed. It's just, hell, I didn't realize it was Friday until I actually looked at my phone. I most of the time I don't know what day of the week it is. Honestly. Stuff happens, yep. So, driving with my knee. Don't like going over there. Makes the whole vehicle vibrate. I was closing my water bottle. Who is Eric talking to? Talking to you guys. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to my stream. Can't really read the stream if you guys get too long. And if you keep it nice and short, I can glance over at it. But like that, I love, something. That's about where my attention span stops. Once you get all the emojis, I get the idea with all the emojis, and I appreciate it. But you need to ride with Bryant into DC. I am not sure who Bryant is. I'd ride with Mudpig. Well, his wife's with him though, so yeah, I can't. I guess I can't. Well, I could ride in the sleeper, I guess. I don't know. I'd ride with Mudpig. X-Ray had invited me out to go on the secret missions when we were out in Hagerstown. I'm not exactly sure what's changed. I know about things, but we're not going to talk about that, so, and he's not here anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, probably ride with Santa maybe. Could probably ride with Santa. But see, once we get back to DC, just like in Hagerstown, I can dump the camper and I can drive just the pickup truck. This pickup truck, you know, she's not a drag racer because she's geared low and she's got that Ison transmission, so it actually lifts between shifts. That's why I can carry so much. She's not super fast, but when she wants to go, she'll get up and go. I know, she'll get up and go. Just kind of yakking at you guys, you know. Try to let you try to watch the. Bryant is 79. Okay. You want to know who I'd like to ride with? If I could ride with anybody in the convoy, I'd like Butch to come back. I'd love to ride with him. That man blows my mind. As old as he is, and I can't remember what it was, still working that old Ford truck. Still using that old Ford truck. Long nose 9000 series. If you guys remember him from Hagerstown, you know, we went out to dinner a few times. Butch, man, he was smart as a whip. He really hadn't lost his mind IQity. He was still alert. He couldn't. He had a steel trap for a memory. I mean, he was there. I mean, I can only pray that I'll be half the man that he is at his age, because some genetic conditions due to like memory loss and dementia and stuff like that runs in my family. So I probably, by the time I get to Butch's age, I will not be the man I am today. So try to enjoy life as much as I can, you know, but I anticipate that I won't be who I am when I get older. Yeah, Saznak, he's a great guy, but he was my few times. We were good buddies. You know, I've actually got his number. I can't text him. I have to call him. He's still got an old flip phone. You know, can't teach old dogs new tricks, I guess. But yeah, he's an awesome guy. I've tried to send him some texts. He's like, dude, I don't get texts. You know, you can only call me. You know, when that one driver beat him up at the gas station, I mean, he was so into it. He could describe the truck, what company the guy was with, what kind of pinstripe, the color of his shirt, the fact that what the color of his tie was. I mean, he didn't need to remember all that stuff because it was all on security camera and, you know, whatnot. But the fact that he could at his age was just amazing. Yeah, if I buffer, you know, it is what it is, you know. You know, but it's been a great ride. I'm actually surprised the screen is brighter than it is here. It's actually darker here than the sensor in the camera is making it look brighter than it actually is. I actually had the dump truck variant of his. I had the short nose, same cab inside, but I had a short nose. And I had the same motor he had. In 85, I think his was like a 88 or something like that. You know, so he had an over-the-road long nose version. I had a shorter nose dump truck variant that was a triaxle. Back when I owned my dump truck company, I actually owned a dump truck company. I actually owned a computer company once too. Also owned a mobile mechanic repair business. You know, so yeah, I've tried to be an entrepreneur a few times. got out of computers once the prices of equipment dropped. People pretty much realized, you know, when you told them it was going to cost them like $200 and some, you know, whatever, to fix their computer, they're like, well, I'll just go buy a new one for $400. And that was kind of my look around to see if there are any. I can't. Sorry. Like I said, too long. I appreciate you guys trying to give me information. I see the caps, and caps do make it a little easier to read, but like I said, if it gets too long, I won't take my eyes off that long. Thank you, mods. I appreciate it. But, you know, I'll only glance over the same as like I'll glance at my gauges to make sure everything's okay. I'm not trying to, you know, lose control of my vehicle and whatever. So I apologize, you know. The question answer section is going to be a lot more when I do the after darks with Mechanic Eric. I like that how the G's do that, you know. So, and a lot of you guys seem to like it too because we stayed on there for a long time. So had some good conversations. It was good topics, you know. We didn't really talk about Convoy business. We just kind of talked about stuff, you know, and that was cool. You know, I'm not trying to get all political on here. Meeting was at 6 p.m. tonight. Thank you. Any highlights? You know, quick highlights that, well, I'll find out later. Don't worry about it. We don't need to bring that into the chat. Who knows? I got Verizon. Maybe I won't get into the buffering area. Maybe Verizon will be better. Or not. You know. I'll tell you honestly, the best cell company I've ever had was Cellcom. I don't know how they did it, but, you know, I had coverage everywhere with Cellcom. But you definitely paid. There was no discount plan for that. There was definitely no discount plan for, there was definitely no, it was all positive. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. You know, definitely was no discount plan like there is in Verizon or some of the other companies where you get like a family bundle, you know, multiple phone lines, all that. I will tell you, I'm really disappointed that we're not going up to the Canadian border, but I get it. I heard that they needed a week to get stuff going, and the convoy wants to get to DC. Disappointed that we weren't going down to Texas. I really wanted to support Lisa, the mayor of Hagerstown. But you know, it is what it is. You know, mission is getting back to DC. We said we were going to go back. We said we were going to be back in 4 weeks. We obviously didn't make that deadline. You know, it is what it is. You know, a couple people came with us that, you know, David, Yvonne came with us with the expectation of getting back. Glad that I was able to contact a few people, and the convoy and Trucker G stepped up and helped get them home, you know, because they were a big part of the mechanic crew. They definitely helped me do what I do. It's definitely been a struggle without them. It's been a struggle without Andy. You know, not exactly sure what my role will be or how this is all going to work. Probably just keep doing what I'm doing, you know, title or not. You know, I mean, I do have the scanner. I've got all the tools. I've got all the equipment. You know, and 99% of what I have is stuff I brought with me. You know, I just preparedness. You know, it's all my stuff I've already had. You know, whatever. So, one issue at a time. What's the issue? What's one issue at a time? Oh, the going to DC. Yeah, I get you. I caught up. I had to think about it for a second. I'm getting a little tired. No, we're not. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm actually just kind of just talking to you guys and trying to stay. So yeah, I stayed back, fixed the ambulance, got that fan blade replaced thanks to Jeff, one of my moderators, and one of the parts guys that WYSIWYG set me up with. Hold on. What's up, Tracy?
I went to open that glasses case with the spring on it, and when it popped open the glass pockets down low in the door, I'll never reach them.
Alright, 10-4, the next exit I'll pull over so that you can reach down and grab them.
Thank you.
Not a problem. I'll sit here and see if that weird static thing, I had you down a little bit because that weird static thing kept breaking my squelch, so I had the volume down. But yeah, next exit I'll pull over.
4.
Yeah, that weird static is still chasing us. So, I don't know what the heck that is. It's not interfering with communication, it's just annoying. You know, it's got to turn the volume down so it's not so annoying to listen to.
Kind of new is this whole thing. I just usually didn't drive at night, but I don't mind driving at night, but I got to go to see.
Yeah, 10-4, yeah, you know. Well, I mean, that's the problem with having to stay back and fix things, is that then we have to try to play the catch-up game.
Exactly.
But we're only an hour and 19 minutes out, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm starting to feel a little tired, but, you know me, I'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll make it.
I'm on back on the CV. I'm trying to talk to my freaking chat, and I'm keying up I was responding to my chat again. Maybe I'm not awake. We got a car in lane 2, the emergency lane, over to lane 1. I actually wish I had a little bit of gas in one of my gas cans. I would have probably stopped and helped her out. Usually I carry gas, but Tracy's generator used the last of my gasoline. I didn't realize she had a gas can in her hand. How long has she owned the ambulance? Hey Tracy, the chat wants to know how long you've owned the ambulance. I'll ask you that question again when you get a little closer. I know you fell back a little bit coming up that hill. When we get off the next exit, I'll ask you again when they can hear you clearer, because I didn't even hear what you said. But I'll ask you again in a little bit.
10-4.
Love that Jake sound. Love that I got a big boy Jake in this truck. So saves my brakes. I'm not on the brakes at all. Not even on the brakes. I actually have to get back on the gas. I'm slowing down too much. I see an exit sign right here, so right at the bottom of the hill here, we're gonna get off. Or there's a sign for an exit. I don't know if it's right here at the bottom, but we got one coming up. This is all Jake brake, just cruising down this hill. This is a Dodge, so it's actually a Jake brake, not an exhaust brake. You know, Duramaxes, you can bolt on a exhaust brake that goes on the exhaust system. Cummins actually has a retard system to retard the opening of the valves. You know, and it's actually inside the engine. So it's more like how a semi's Jake brake works. You know, I mean, both systems basically accomplish the same effect in a sense, I guess. I think the actual Jake brake, the engine Jake brake, I think works has more power and works stronger. Compression brake, yes. So I think it works better. I think it can. It offers more slowing down power than a actual exhaust brake. All right, we're getting off. Anybody want to stop at this pilot? Do potty breaks, wash hands, grab sodas, whatever.
I can't hear them, but if they say yes, I'm game for a soda.
All right, we're gonna go slow down this ramp so they can see we got off. I think they're right behind you.
We are.
10-4. You guys are usually pretty good about that.
That's up to you guys on that.
We can. I could sit there and use a little break, I guess. We're an hour and 16 minutes out.
Go to Alex.
Yeah, we got some cherries and berries over here. Oh. 10-4 on the beautiful place. I almost keyed up the mic again to say that. That's funny. Hi. Ooh, getting tired. I will tell you, I'm getting tired. This day cannot get over any sooner. That seems like a good parking spot for me. Time to stretch your legs. Yeah, I'm gonna get out, go visit the facilities. I'll let this stream just keep on rolling for a little bit and get a motel room. You know, I'm actually more comfortable in my camper, I'll be honest, because you know, different places, it's weird in the camper. It's still inside, you don't know where you are. Might get a Monster, I don't know. When you're inside, I don't really like coffee either. If I do get coffee, I do candy coffee, and then it's like not even coffee anymore. Checker fluids, yeah, no, hey, good point. Thank you for, I'm tired. Thank you for telling me to do that. I'm actually gonna walk over there right now and do that. So, thank you. I'm gonna go over there and check her fluids, and yeah. Hey, thanks for the reminder. Thanks for watching out for me. I appreciate it. I'll be right back. What? Zoom out? Why do you want me to zoom out? You got a perfect shot of the ambulance. Man, that's zoomed out. That's macro. That's like super zoomed out. No, she shouldn't need fuel. I don't believe she should need fuel. And if she does, I've got like 30 gallons in my trailer, so. Oh yeah, I didn't pick up blinker fluid. I haven't stopped at a Walgreens yet. I gotta go get some Visine for somebody. Then I have blinker fluid on supply too. But yeah, no, I've got 35 gallons of diesel in the back. Unfortunately, it's not Convoy fuel. It's receipt reimbursement fuel, but I've got it with us, so if we need it, we got it. All right, I'll let you guys watch on the wide angle, and you guys tell me, keep it zoomed in. Oh yeah, because people probably want to watch me work on the ambulance. So yeah, for right now, we'll keep it zoomed in. All right, I'll be back, guys. update. Oil, we expected the oil to go up because if there was a leaky injector, potentially there'd be fuel getting into the oil. We're not seeing that. So the whole problem could have possibly been that temperature sensor that was in the airbox, because it was actually connected. It wasn't just the wiring was disconnected. The computer would have ignored it. The entire air temperature sensor had been pulled out of the airbox and was in the engine compartment. So the engine was thinking that there was this super, super hot air coming in the engine. It just was flooding it with fuel. I talked to the guy that is driving behind him. When it was doing that, it was dumping so much fuel that you could smell it behind her. You could smell the raw exhaust, or the raw fuel in the exhaust. But it doesn't appear to be doing that right now. He says it seems he doesn't smell it, and we're not seeing increasing stuff in the oil. You know, it's overfueling. So, you know, I don't know exactly what Ford's mapping is for certain temperatures, but yeah, you know, so far so good. We're gonna probably throw a couple bottles of Lucas in. We are seeing a little bit of reduction in all actuality. So, you know, we're actually losing just a hair of oil. So we're gonna try to throw in a couple bottles of Lucas in there, because we only had one bottle of Lucas. That thing takes like 3 gallons of fuel, so 3 gallons of oil. God, I'm getting so. You guys gotta forgive me for some of these slips. You know, my mind's slipping a little bit. I'm tired. But yeah, we're gonna throw 2 more bottles of Lucas, because for every gallon, you know, a bottle. You know, and yeah, we'll see what happens. How many vehicles are following you? I've got 3 following me right now. Just the ones that stayed behind. I'm hoping it was just that sensor overfueling that caused the problem, because then we don't have to worry about injectors. And it's just really weird coincidence that a whole problem happened, you know, when that sensor was out. So I'm really starting to lean towards it was just that sensor, and the computer didn't know what to do about it. So here's fingers crossed. Questions are going to be better asked when I do the after dark, where I can actually focus on the chat. So if you want to come back after dark, I'll at least listen to what you got to say. You know, I'm not, you know, whatnot, you know, on this question stuff right now. Right now, this is more me just talking to you. You know, I can't really read the chats too much. I apologize, but you know, it'd be nice if I had a second person that could sit here and read the chats and talk and whatnot, but that's really just not an option. Diesels are different. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we're just we're gonna keep on rocking on. We're just gonna keep on looking at it. Keep on rocking on and just figure it out, you know. For right now, everything seems to be good. Coolant is holding. We've got to add a little bit, but it's not low by much. It's low by maybe, you know, a splash from a coolant jug. So we're not going to go buy a whole thing of coolant right now. Oil, like I said, has actually gone down just a hair. We're going to try to throw a little Lucas in there. You know, pretty sure that engine has a little bit of blow by. It does have some miles on it. Hey Tracy, did you remember to grab your glasses? So, yeah. Thanks Jeff for relaying that information. We're catching up with the convoy. I actually stayed back to get the ambulance going because that's what I do. I'm the guy that keeps the convoy rolling, title or not. That's my personal mission that I've made. I see the ambulance. I love that she's got 5 stars. Makes it easy to see her at night. I'm rolling 65. Are we good at that speed, or you guys want to slow down now that it's darker? Slow down a little bit so you guys can catch up, because I know you slowed down going up that hill and you guys are a little bit in my static. So when we get closer, I'll ask you again. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice having this little convoy that we have. We just kind of go whatever speed we want. You know, if we're doing 65. Well, no, it's set. The cruise is set to 60. Forgot to turn my Jake brake back on, so I rolled up and going down that hill. There's the Jake brake. So I'll cruise 60, let him catch up a little bit, and then I'll ask him again. $631 people. I think that's what I see. Wow. Glad that you guys are on this ride.
Saying that it's up to the people behind me.
Yeah. Well, I know that you don't like driving at night too much, but yeah, what's the general consensus? You guys want to do 60, 65? How about you, Tom? You want to do 60, 65?
65 works for me.
10-4, bumping it up to 65. Yeah, personally, I laugh because I'm sitting here going, every time we go up a hill, everybody thinks this Dodge ain't got power. And it's like, I've pulled a 40-foot triaxle camper behind my truck with my camper on my truck. I guarantee, you know, my boss actually lives in that thing, so I guarantee it weighed more than 16,000 pounds with all this stuff. And I only lost 5 miles an hour going up one Appalachian mountain pass. And if I would have put my foot into it, because cruise control won't give you 100%, probably wouldn't have lost that 5 miles an hour, but I wasn't trying to beat the truck either. So this thing can pull. This thing can definitely pull. That's what it does. Hey Tracy, I'm gonna have to slow down for you again. I don't know, I couldn't hear you. Let me turn my volume. Oh, I turned my volume down. I keep turning my volume down because that stupid background noise keeps breaking my squelch. And if I turn my squelch up too high for it, then I can't hear you guys. So go ahead again, Tracy.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, there's 642 people watching my live stream right now.
Far out. Well, hello to all the live streamers, and thank you for all your support.
gas station?
Oh, yeah.
I'll slow down so you get a little closer. That way they can hear you over the radio a little bit better.
It was late at night and everything, and one of the viewers who lived, I think, about a third of a mile from where we were at or so had been watching, and she came down to greet us and brought treats and gave us all the information about the roadways and the local everything, and it was just totally awesome. And she was a real bright light.
Yeah, she found out that we were broken down with that overfueling problem.
Tom, I discovered why I can never hear Tracy. It's your box fan.
Well, we need to get her an outside antenna. Even if she stays on the handheld, I've got an adapter. If we get her an outside antenna, the one that goes outside the vehicle, that would do it for her. But she really needs to get a real CB radio with a decent external speaker, because, you know, she's just got that really loud environment.
Hi, Tracy. Bye, Tracy.
So hi there, guys.
I was trying to go 65, but you guys are only doing 60.
Yeah, we slowed down. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm good for right now. I've been neglecting my DEF gauge, so it's bitching about DEF fluid. I'm in the red. I can probably make it, how many miles? 79 miles. And I'll just top it off in the morning, but it just warned me that I'm low on DEF fluid.
And what is DEF fluid?
Diesel exhaust fluid. Pretty much if you got anything that's newer than 2007, I think it is. I think 2007 was the last year they didn't have DEF. If you got anything newer than that, you're kind of tied to putting diesel exhaust fluid in.
I can hear you over there, Gary.
I seriously think that it was Tom's box fan.
I'm going to kick it back up to 65.
Hold up, but yeah.
I guess I'll pull in behind Eric for a while until we get going.
Alright, well, I just bumped it up to 65.
So you can go ahead and go around me. You too, Tom.
Do you want me to?
Sure. You stick with Eric.
Yeah, we keep Tracy right behind me. She doesn't have GPS, so we keep her right behind me. That way I can...
Up alongside you so we can visit for a while.
That way I can keep an eye on if she falls back or she loses a little bit of speed up the hills, you know. That way I have to slow
Yes,
down.
you could, but those cars that are coming behind us wouldn't like it.
I know.
So, yeah, that way I can keep an eye on her in my side mirrors. Because my rear view mirror is useless with the camper in the back of the truck.
You just came up here to straighten us out.
Well, that's a big 10-4. Go around me too, Tom.
Maybe it was 2008 semis. I remember there was a year where DEF became popular. Maybe it came in the semis first. I don't remember. I'd probably just Google it. A lot of that kind of information, you know, that's the problem with Google, is we know that we can just get the answer in Google, so we don't store it in our brains
Well,
anymore.
I think I'm just going to relax for a little bit.
I'm just going to sit here and chat at my live stream.
Y'all have fun.
Turn the radio down just a little bit so that whatever that annoying noise is goes away. Or isn't so loud in my thing. There were a few years, I remember there was a model of truck. Yeah, we're doing vehicle that was during that DEF years, but because it somehow was able to meet the emissions. I think it was a Dodge. It was able to meet the emissions or something without DEF. It didn't have DEF. I don't remember which one that was. 2008. Yeah, that might have been it. I think it says 8. The phone's kind of shaking with all the bumps in the road, so, you know, it's and being at night, 2003. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't remember which year it was. There was a year that they had the regulations and stuff, and they, or was it an EGR? I don't remember. Honestly, I just remember there was one vehicle. I'd have to again, Google. I don't store it in my brain because I know I can just Google it. It's funny how people do that. You know, they just, you know, a lot of information they used to store in their brain, they let it go because they know it's just one search away. One hour and 6 minutes, 74 miles. So that 1 hour and 6 minutes is probably guessing that we're going 80. We're actually only doing 65. So it's probably closer to like an hour and 15 minutes in reality. Well, yeah, it's 74 miles and 65 miles an hour, yeah. So, that's what it is. Are you... No, she's she's a nice lady, but she's a little old. Yeah, she could be my she could be my mother. It's getting late. 9:37. Can't believe how many people are still watching this. I think this is one of my highest numbers of people watching. Honestly, when it was up towards 600 and something, I think it was. I think it's the highest viewership I've ever had. Just watching me drive. Well, I'm talking to you guys too. Not completely ignoring you. Just, fortunately, I can only read one-liners, maybe two-liners at best. Gotta get myself one of those tablets, like first responders got. Then I can have like a whole screen. Now that definitely make this a lot easier. In New York. Yeah, we'll be there. I've been to New York. Did the whole tour thing. I'll tell you, it was probably a lot easier just paying for one of those tours. Got a nice little lasagna lunch or Italian lunch, and pretty much got premier access to all the venues. Didn't have to stay in the normal lines. Definitely got us in and out. Was able to kind of hit everything in one day. That was kind of cool. I don't know exactly where we are. We're 71 miles away from where the convoy is tonight. I guess Park City, according to that sign. We're in Park City. I'm guessing that's what that sign means. Are you still with Marcus? No, Marcus, it should be where the convoy is. We'll be with Marcus when we get there. Ford. Okay. Maybe that's the truck I was thinking of. Trucker G. Trucker G is on my something. Sorry, I didn't catch the last part. Same thing about I imagine Trucker G's probably doing their after dark thing right now. I'm guessing. Now it's Zasnak is, I guess, with Convoy. I don't know if he does late night thing. Thank you. I appreciate all the support. I don't think I'm going to talk to them. I think I'm just kind of done with them. Explain shit. There's nothing to talk about. You know, they made decisions before talking to me. I feel no need to talk to them. I may be willing to talk to Santa. I'm not going to go on the bus to talk to anybody. You know, if Santa wants to come have a conversation with me, we can go off site and we can have a nice man-to-man. Wants to have a conversation with me, we can have a conversation. I really don't feel I need to explain myself. I don't need to talk to them. I have nothing to say to them. You know, it's kind of pointless. You know, it is what it is. You know, whatever's happened has happened. You know, I'm just going to go back to John Q. Public. I'm going to do my thing just like I have always done. And I don't need them to do that. I don't need anything from them. You know, it is what it is. I'll just be John Q. Public. You know, the Convoy didn't never supported the my Cash App. I never announced it on the stage. That was done. That's why if you ever watch any videos I ever did on stage, I may have talked about my Cash App, but I never actually promoted it. I never put it out there. I went to the streamers individually and talked to them off camera and asked them if they wanted to support it. And them knowing me and knowing all the work I've done, because they knew I was helping people with that money. Most of the donations that came into me strictly said, hey, go get yourself a sandwich. Go take care of yourself. I knew what I was doing with the money, even if they were sitting here and they were saying, go get a burger. I mean, just like Conrad, he sent me, I mean, I could probably show you in the Cash App, that $5 box fee. He sent me, I don't know the exact amount, I'll have to double check. He told me in the message that he texted me, let me pull up his text. I'll see what he exactly said. Conrad told me after he sent it to me. Conrad said, grab a burger or something too. Over that $5 that he said he was going to send me anyways, for me having to pay for that box fee. And told me to grab a burger or two, and instead I decided to buy this mount. So, you know, most people just straight up donated directly to me to use it however I felt. I don't know what Zasnak streamers decided to do. I was the one that started my Cash App that I was using to buy parts and supplies and oil and tools, and I mean everything you see me use, every tool, every piece of wire, every, you know, the dolly, the rims and tires that are here with me that I actually was able to stay back and get, so we can actually use the dolly more efficiently on bigger vehicles. That all came from all that money. You know, everybody trusted me to do what I wanted to do with it, and you know, a lot of people also told me, go get a burger, you know, buy this, you know, grab yourself a drink, you know. So I mean, if I went to a gas station, if I was buying a soda, I'd buy a soda on Cash App, you know. When James was riding with me, the homeless guy that the Trash Monkeys brought, you know, we did a 2-for-1 burger deal at McDonald's, and I put that on the Cash App, you know. You know, not every dollar that came into the Cash App was tagged most of it wasn't tagged to sit here and say, hey, you know, fix the cars, whatever. But I mean, everybody kind of trusted me and understood, and you see it. You see the bottles of coolant I pull out. You see the brake cleaner and the brake fluid and the, you know, you start adding that stuff up, and then the tools that we've had to go and get to fix different vehicles. And I mean, you know, if you can't realize that over the amount of time that we've been on the road, and the fact that, you know, there was only a bump initially, that money has gone into the Convoy, then, you know, that's, I don't have to explain myself to anybody. You know, everybody that donated, you know, trusted me to do what was best for the Convoy. And I mean, I've got stuff to show for it. I've got testers, I've got the dolly, I've got the rims, I've got the wheels, I've got the oil, I've got the penetrating oil, I've got the brake cleaner, I got the starting fluid. I've got stuff, and I don't have other stuff. Like, my tires on this truck are shit. I've got cracks between the freaking treads. You know, if I was sitting here and gonna do something, I would have bought a new set of tires. I mean, come on. You know, but it is what it is. We're gonna get off that topic. You know. But yeah, no, I have no desire to have any interaction or contact with them. I don't feel I need to, so I'm not going to. I'll talk to people that I think are fair. I might talk to Santa. I might talk to Saznak. Jeff Hansen, if he were to ever reach out, I'd talk to him. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I'm just, I'm doing me. You know, it was donated to my account. It was mine to do with what I wanted. It wasn't ever anything official with the Convoy. They never promoted it. It is what it is. So yeah, it's a nice, lovely day, and we're just kind of driving, and, well, night, nice, lovely night. Got another 62 miles, just rolling. I do have Cash App. Ripped Sarah and told me when he saw that I was actually taking money out of my own pocket to sit here and help fix cars in Hagerstown, he's like, dude, you can't be sitting here tapping yourself out. He said there's people out there that want to help the Convoy. Ripta actually talked me into setting up the Cash App. I was actually resistant to the idea. So Ripta is the one that actually convinced me that there were people like you out in the world that wanted to sit here and help the Convoy and wanted to help me stay and help me for all the work I was doing. As a lot of stuff came tagged in, you know, thank you for everything that you're doing. Here, go buy a burger. You know, a lot of it was people tagging me, just thanking me because they knew and nobody was paying because everybody's out of work. So I was sitting here and busting my ass all of this time. And there's a few people. First responder is always paid really well. Santa gave me, when I fixed his airline, he gave me a decent chunk of change for helping him out. But really, I could almost count maybe on two hands out of all the vehicles I've fixed, people that actually gave me something, you know. It's all been volunteer. You know, donated just straight out just because. And I chose to turn around and use that to buy parts. That was my decision. That was money that was tagged to me, you know, to do with whatever I wanted. And it was money that was, you know, thank you for fixing all this stuff. You know, here's $20. Thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you, you know, because everybody knew I wasn't getting paid. They knew it was volunteer time. And like I said, I'm not hurting for money. I mean, I'm not rich, you know, so I decided to use it for parts. That was my decision, to take money that was ear tagged for me to as a payment for everything I've been doing, and then choose to use it to buy parts to help the convoy. You know, so, you know, like I said, you know, I don't know, you know, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna get off the topic. I love Mud Pig too. He's a cool shit. I like him.
I gotta get these windows cleaned.
10-4 on that. We need to get some glass cleaned up. I probably gotta clean my windows. I see some bugs on the outside.
I have the cleaner and all that. It's just from that black soot.
Yeah, 10-4. So, yeah.
When the headlights shine on, I'm moving over to the first lane here.
Yeah, 10-4. Mudpig's a good guy. I like him. I like Mudpig. It's actually funny. Nobody realized how much of a.
Go with the truck. I think you will.
Whatever that background noise is, it just keeps on keying over you, so I'm not getting your whole transmission.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it keeps on, it's rhythmic, and it just keeps on cutting in when you're talking, so then I get a squeal. We'll just talk about it. We're only 57 miles away. We'll just kind of chat about it when we get there or whatever, okay?
Semi in front of her, maybe he's blocking the signal.
No, this static that's coming over, it's like literally like somebody's keying up without talking and then letting go, because it's registering a really strong signal on my meter, and then it's just a repeating pattern, and it literally has been following us. You know, I thought it might have been like a base station, but I mean, we're hundreds of miles away from where this first picked up, so it's either somebody following us or, you know, whatever. But I mean, this signal has not gone away. Say that. Let me turn you up one more time. I gotta turn your volume up because you're kind of quiet. Go ahead, one more time. I can't understand you because it keeps on keying over you. We'll talk about it later. Like I said, I you know, my mission is to keep people on the convoy and keep them running, keep them going. You know, I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna do my thing. I don't need to really have any real interaction with them. They don't need to have any real interaction with me. You know, I'll give them their distance. They give me my distance, and whatever. But we're just gonna change the subject because, like I said, I really don't want to talk about the last couple of days. You know, just talk about how beautiful the country is and how nice the mountains were, and I don't know. This Galaxy radio actually has FM capability. It's not the radio of choice for me. I actually like an RCI 2950 personally. I used to run one back in the day. But I don't know, you guys might like this story. My coworker passed away about 5 months ago, I think it's been now. And he was a veteran and a lifetime truck driver. And I don't know why nobody ever came back and picked up his radio. but when I knew I was coming on this convoy, I'm not a radio enthusiast anymore, but I knew I needed a nice radio, and honestly, I figured it'd be a great way to honor him, being that he was a veteran and a lifetime truck driver. So every person I've talked to, every person I've helped. Now, I had to change the microphone just recently. I got to rewire his because I think there's a break in the cord. But until just like yesterday, every conversation I had on this radio has been through his microphone and his radio. So I think that was a great way to honor him. Still want to get one of those stickers, the People's Convoy 2020 type stickers, and put it on it that way, because I'm going to turn it back into my work when I get back. But I want somebody to kind of memorabilia, hey, this radio is part of the convoy. This radio helped Mechanic Eric keep how many people on the road, I don't know, it's up to my boss what he wants to do with this radio. Maybe he'll let me keep it. I don't know. A couple people said I should have gotten signatures on it, but then I'm sitting here going, yeah, that would have been a little complicated having to pull my radio out every 5 minutes to sit here and, hey, sign my radio. And then, I just, yeah. So, the fact that the story is out there and people know and, know that this was my coworker's radio and that he was a veteran and, was a lifetime trucker, and that's, his radio, his name was Wilson, by the way. I always teased him because Tim the Toolman Taylor, a Home Improvement, I always called him Mr. Wilson. That was kind of our running joke. Tall guy. Yeah, I actually had to look up at him. It was kind of weird. There's not a lot of people in this world that I have to look up at. But I had to actually look up at him a little bit. He was a little taller than me. Big old boy, real southern accent. I really had to listen to what he was saying because, with all the noise from air tools and hammers and stuff over the years, my hearing's, it's good, but, I really have to listen to human voices to really, I've got to be looking at you and I got to be paying attention. Otherwise, it's kind of like a Charlie Brown, wah, wah, wah. So, yeah. I don't know. So, yeah. It is what it is. What is this radio? I was talking about it. There's my dash. I can't see it right now. It's a decent little Galaxy. It's got a little bit of tune on it. It definitely can do it definitely does the job. Alright. Definitely does the job. It gets the signal out. Just got AM and FM. It's got extra frequencies. I wish it had a freak counter on it, because there's a couple people that have had freak counters. Would have been nice to sit and go to some of the higher channels. So somebody's nope, 50 miles according to my GPS, but you were close. 49 tracking me. Oh geez. Yeah, that's the bad thing about live streaming. You guys know exactly where we are. I'll have to sit here and figure out how to put a delay, like a 10-minute delay in there or something, so that way you guys don't know exactly where we are. Well, then you'd figure out it was 10 minutes. I don't know. Whatever. If I didn't tell you what the delay was, then you're like, hey, they're going to be passing this overpass. No, we passed that 10 minutes ago. You just didn't know about it. I don't know. Put it on a 10-minute buffer.
Right lane closed 1 mile.
10-4, Tracy. I have a valid question. Keep it short so I can read it. for the After Dark with Mechanic Eric to ask that question, because then I can focus on you guys. I feel bad having you guys just kind of scroll through the chat, because I'm like, I love to engage with what you guys are saying, but you know, I just I need 3 phones. You know, one that I can use for GPS, one I can use for you guys, and one I could have Jeff sit here on speaker or something. You know, then he could be like my co-pilot. He could be like, yeah, the chat says, and you know, blah 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 blah, and I'd be like, and then I could respond to it. That'd be awesome. Jeff's a cool guy. I don't know if he'd want to do that, but that'd probably put a lot more work on Jeff. You know, he's already have to. Well, I guess he's reading this all the time already, so you know, if he's reading it, he might as well sit here and talk about it. You know, I guess it wouldn't be that much more, because he's already reading it anyways. Ugh, gotta bump the heat up. 61 degrees, holy crap. It's starting to get cooler. I'm gonna have to unpack my my winter gear again. Ha! No, I'm using my phone as GPS, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. You're on speaker. Huh?
I'm not reading at all.
You're not reading at all?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm still a little deaf from going through all the mountain passes, so you're actually really quiet on speaker to me. They probably can hear you clear as day. Me, I'm just sitting here going, somebody's still got their fingers in my ears.
No, I just been sitting here watching those people saying, keep it around. Take it around.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You know, I can kind of hear you. I wish I had my AirPods with me. They're actually back in the camper. Then I would be able to stick you right in my ear. Then I'd probably hear you better. Because right now, with this mountain deafness, you know, I can hear you, but then I'd have to hold the phone up to my ear, and I don't want to do that either. You know, maybe we'll start doing this. I'll get my AirPods and we'll start.
Because when people come at me, I can't see very good.
10-4, we're bumping it down to 50. Yeah.
So, it will get in on the freeway and you'll have the secret.
Wait, say that one more time. Now I get the phone up to my ear.
Get on the freeway call with you.
Yeah.
Have bullets in your ear.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. Maybe that would actually be cool, because then I could actually engage with people on the chat while I'm driving. You know, because I feel bad. Like I said, I do feel bad. There's a lot of people that want to talk to me, and all I'm doing is kind of rambling on, because you know, that might actually work out. I'll have to fish out my AirPods tomorrow or tonight, and then yeah, we'll try that out, and then yeah, maybe you guys, you know, obviously there's gonna be some delay, so you know, well, I'm just telling the stream kind of, because we're you know, you're on the phone and whatever, so just giving the stream a heads up, you know. It's you know, you'd be surprised. The fact that you guys are here is probably keeping me more alert, because I'm having to think. I'm not going into autopilot mode, where I normally would be like in autopilot mode and just then I'd get tired. So this is actually keeping my mind a little sharper and probably actually keeping me awake. So you guys are actually making me safer. You know, so thank you. Alright. Yeah, I'll figure out exactly where they got packed away. Unfortunately, the last couple of nights I've had to just kind of throw everything everywhere in the camper just to be able to pack up and leave. You know, we definitely need a day to just stop. It would be nice to have a day to stop. I don't know why we're pounding these days out so quick, you know, but it is what it is, you know. Like I said, it'd be nice to have a rest day every couple of days, you know, but...
Well, like I said, you got one coming up for it, 3 2 days.
Yeah.
That way you can cut down driving in how much
let you go, Jeff, because I'm literally, if I had to switch the camera around, I'm literally have you on speaker, and because you're tethered to the power cord, I'm like hunched over with the speakerphone up to my ear so I can hear you. So this is not comfortable. All right, bye, Jeff. Thank you for everything you do, buddy. All right, bye. Yeah, so Jeff isn't only my moderator, but he's also the guy that Wizzy set me up with that helps and gets us all our parts. So he's been a big part of helping locate and find parts that we've needed to fix vehicles in the Convoy, so I don't have to waste my time doing that, and that frees me up to do more mechanical work. And so yeah, I really appreciate Wizzy getting me in touch with these guys and getting that all set up. And they have done an awesome job. I mean, awesome job. Yeah, it says 90 east. No, it says we're curving. It says we're curving to the right in 1.7 miles.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that.
Well, now 644 other people know it too.
How about you, Tom? Do you know that?
I actually like Gary.
You have your GPS on, Tom?
He's got a very dry sense of humor. You don't know if he's fucking with you or he's, you'd think he's being a dick to you, but that's actually him joking. If you don't know him, you'd be like, God, this guy's a dick. But it's just his personality. He's a joker like that. And, I get it, and it's funny. So if you guys hear Gary say something off the wall and, whatever, yeah, don't take it too serious. He's joking. He's a good guy. He, like I said, he's the guy that ran and got all the parts for the ambulance. So he's kind of like my parts runner now. So yeah, I mean, I kind of got a mechanic team back, that helped me out, I got him, I got Tom. So I mean, when I get back with School Bus, I got a feeling School Bus, if we actually start rolling with the Convoy, School Bus will probably roll with me too. We're a cohesive little unit. We make a good team. So, I'm not sure, like I said, I miss my old team, but, I kind of got a new team, and we're getting the shit done, and, we're getting the shit done, and we're keeping stuff fixed, and, we'll see how this all goes. We'll see how it all plays out. Somebody turned off the notifications from my directions.
For 39 miles,
30
continue
miles,
straight.
continue straight. I don't know how the hell I turned that off. Wrong Jeff. No, Pit Crew Jeff, my actual, if you were talking about my moderator. That's Jeff I'm talking about. Wait till you catch back up to me, Tracy. I'm just doing 50 right now. thing I miss about not having flags is, you know, like I said, a lot of people don't know I'm rolling with you guys.
Right. In front of me, lost a rock and find the crack, but it was funny because he thought I was the cops because I chased him down.
10-4. I wonder if I can position this a little bit better. I really can't. Not while I'm driving. Let's see. Let's see if we can.
It was very cordial on both of our behalf, but he knew that he hit me too, so.
Hopefully you like that view a little bit better so that the chat isn't blocking the road as
Well, I
much.
guess so, being shaped like that.
I don't know. Just, hopefully that view works for you guys a little bit better.
I'm not positive, but I think we're all caught up to you.
10-4, kicking it back up to 60 or 65.
I like 65. Thursday likes 80.
Going to 65.
10-4.
See, even with all this weight, there's little dodgy moves. Yeah. And the only bad thing about moving this camera angle is now you're on a little bit weirder angle for me to read the screen. But at least you guys can see more and not be looking through the chat to see the road. So, buffeting there. Big booty Judy is taking a little side wind load. 37 miles. Yeah. Get some LED headlights for this truck. Weird thing is, whenever I look them up, because Dodge has got all those different light bulb combinations. I mean, I suppose I could just pull a light bulb out. I'm being a little lazy. You know, it's a little bit of screwing around to do it. But yeah, if you just try looking up in the parts store, you know, which connector or which light bulb it is, because Dodge has the projection, and then they got this one. There's like a handful of different light bulbs that could possibly be in here in this truck. So easiest way is going to be just pulling out a light bulb and sitting here and figuring out which bulb's in here and then ordering an LED for it. Because yeah, it'd be nice to have a little bit of brighter headlight on the Dodge. But I actually know what a dimmer is. A lot of drivers don't know what a dimmer is. So they got all this background light from all their gauges, which dilates your eyes, and then you can't see outside. So they run their brights all the time because their gauges are blinding them. By the way, that's what your dimmer's for. You turn your dimmer down, so that way your eyes focus in the dark more, and then you can actually see further. That's why you have a dimmer in a car. A lot of people don't know that. I honestly think they should make that part of the test for getting your license. You know, basic, you know, why do you have a dimmer? That's why dimmers are in cars. You turn them down just enough that you can see your gauges, your eyes adjust to the darkness, and then you can see further outside. That's the whole purpose of a dimmer. How many of you guys didn't know that? Come on, fess up. Fess up. Who just got an education of why there's dimmers in cars? Jeff, you keep count. Keep count of how many people sit here and say, yep, I didn't know that. Or why that was. about. Been rambling on forever. I'm excited I got the new, I don't know if you guys can hear me over the windows and having smoke. Turn that up a little bit. I'm actually excited I got that new gimbal. It was definitely a pain filming that meeting. I don't normally do meetings. I probably won't do meetings. I knew why, and I don't drive. Okay. I don't normally do meetings because a lot of times, in my opinion, most of the meetings, well, maybe not the driver's meeting in the morning, but event meetings are usually to hype up the crowd, try to get more people to show up. I mean, I'm already invested. I'm already vested in this movement. That's why I'm here. That's why I've been here for so long. That's why when my boss called me back to work and even tried to entice me with more money, I'm still here. I got the DJI, the one for it was on sale for $159, I think, but it was at Best Buy. The one with the telescopic, raise it up. Same one that first responder has. It seems like a good product. I've got a DJI drone. It seems like a good product, so I got that one. Like I said, somebody donated me $100 for it, specifically tagged for me to go get a gimbal. And then first responder gave me $200 for that horn, for installing that horn. So that covered the gimbal. I got the extended warranty. It was like $199, whatever, with tax, with the 2-year replacement plan. So yeah. Chris. Hey Chris. Hey. I'm on Livestreaming. Okay, you're on my earpiece. You're not on my speaker. What's up? Let me look at my screen. 31 more miles there, Chris. I've got the ambulance and 2 other vehicles in tow. I stayed back to fix the ambulance. So this is musician Chris. He was actually part of the security team in Hagerstown that I'm talking to on the phone. What'd you say, Chris? Yeah. No, we've been trying to catch up with the convoy. So yeah, I'm meeting up with them. Should be there. Whatever the address is that I got off from the website. I don't know. It's on the website. It's listed as the date. So I'm just following the GPS. We're heading out. We won't have a rest day. I heard till like 4 days in somewhere in Idaho or something like, or Ohio or something. Jeff told me. Again, just information that I'll look on the website. It doesn't help me right now. I think it was Idaho or Ohio or something. I can't really hear my speakerphone because the problem is with all the mountains, my ears haven't popped. So yeah, I'd love to have you on speakerphone. Then I have to hold my phone up funny to hear you. But yeah, well, maybe when we're not going through mountain passes, I can hear normal. I'll put you on speaker. No, we can talk. I mean, they can hear what I'm saying. They're kind of chatting themselves. I'm just kind of dribbling on. I really can't focus on what they're saying because sometimes they message really long, and I won't look over at the screen too long, especially being that it's this late at night. Yeah. Well, I need to get a bigger phone. I'm only running an 11 Pro, not a Pro Max or anything, or a tablet or anything. So, their writing is kind of small for me to read anyways. I'm not to the point I need glasses, most of the time, but at night after my eyes are tired, and then on top top of it, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, it's a little harder to see. So I don't know, you know, but oh, cool. Yeah, my buddy Chris is gonna go crash that Fauci speech over there in Michigan. So he's just kind of filling me in about it. Yeah. That's awesome. Chris has a really cool Dodge, lifted, really black tinted windows. It's an awesome truck. I wish I actually had it. It'd be better if it was diesel though. Well, but then it'd have to be a 2500 instead of 1500. Hey Chris, you still owe me 2 sticks for my drone. I know. Ha! So you actually had a spot and you just didn't know it. Tracy, did you say something?
Yes, I was wondering if the town that we were going to is called Hardin.
I do not remember from the website. I know we are. Let me look at my phone. Hold on. We're 26 miles away from it. That's all I know.
10-4.
Turn the volume down on the radio again. I got this weird distortion that just keeps on breaking in. You know, it's been following us, you know, so I don't know what it is. It keeps breaking my squelch, and if I turn my squelch up high enough to block it out, you know, they're so far away and on handhelds, I can't hear them, so I have to turn the radio down and then, I've been busy keeping them on the road. I haven't had time to say, it's more important to keep them moving than it is to keep them on a radio, you know. I mean, I can hear them. You know, normally we don't have this distortion, so, you know, it's not usually an issue. I mean, I have a donated, like, Cobra 19. I gotta hook it up and make sure it's functional with a really cheap mag mount, but, you know, I just gotta make sure it's functional and, you know, I get an external speaker and then Tracy should be good, you know, but, yeah, I haven't had 2 minutes to sit here and sit down and really, hook it up to something and make sure it works, you know. I gotta make sure it's functional, you know, because the guy's just sitting here saying that he just, you know, he pulled it out of his garage, it's just been laying there, so we don't know if it works or not, you know. So I mean, it was great of him to bring it over, but, you know, I just gotta hook it up and see if it works, you know. Well, they sound pretty good. The problem is that the compressor, unfortunately, we're talking about Joe's horns. Joe's compressor, Napa was closing right at the minute I was walking in to buy it. One of his followers was on my stream, Cash App me $200 to buy Joe a compressor so we could finish it up that night. I really didn't have a chance to look at the specs on it. And nowhere on it did it claim that it did 150 PSI. I didn't know that. It's a dual head compressor. I guess I just assumed, you know, it'd be stronger than it is. And yeah, going up to like normal car tire pressures, that thing rocks. It'd be a great compressor for somebody that has a car, you know, that just needs to fill up to like 40, maybe 50 PSI. But once it gets up to closer to 90, it just kind of falls flat on its face. So I've got him set at about 85 PSI. Speed limit to 5 miles an hour in 200 miles. Alright, well, I'm going to be at the racetrack before 200 miles, which means I got to put DEF in tomorrow. Yeah, I let my DEF get a little low and he's bitching at me. Yeah, my DEF. Dodge. I neglected putting DEF in. I've got a whole case in the back, so it's not a big deal. I just I've used more DEF lately than I going across the country than I normally ever do. It's really weird. I think it is anything past 2007, but somebody else told me that it was 2011. I don't remember the exact year for pickups, but yeah, anything newer than like 2011, I know for sure has to use DEF, and that's a diesel. It's only a diesel thing. So, whoa, I gotta slow down. I was on talking to you. I was kind of on autopilot. I just kind of faded away at 70 miles an hour. I'm gonna drop it back down to 55. Let them catch up. See where they are. Oh, there they are. They didn't fall back that far. Yeah, I'm the lead car of the convoy. I got it when we went around a vehicle. I kind of got on the accelerator. I was kind of autopiloting my brain and talking to you, and just kind of. Oh yeah, Tracy's right there. So okay, they've been trying. I must not have been going that fast for that long. Bumper back up to 65. They were keeping. I'm towing. Well, no, my camper sits in the bed of my truck, but I'm towing that truck trailer I built. So yeah, I'm towing that right now. You know. No, I had in the bed camper. It goes in the pickup bed. Yeah, and then I was towing the little truck trailer I built. So that's what I got. Yeah. So. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of disappointed. I really wanted to do the Canada thing, but they said the Canadians with some stuff that's happening in Canada couldn't have made it for like another week, and Convoy feels that they really have to get back to DC, and we're not doing Texas. That was another thing that was being talked about. I guess there's a mayor down there who wanted the Convoy to shut down the highway to stop the buses that were coming in. I think it's that mayor, whoever that mayor is that's shipping them off to New York or whatever, to DC. I guess we were going to go down to his town. I don't remember what his name is, but I mean, I know that was factual information, that was the mayor. So, that kind of describes who he is, and you guys probably know who he is. So, yeah, we were going to... Yeah, well, somebody says the route says we're going to go through Chicago, so I don't know. Yeah, so we're going to probably be going that way, at least from the projected route. But you know the Convoy, they'll always change it. So next thing you know, we'll go under Illinois, because Illinois will sit here and say, if you come through our state, type stuff like they did the last time. I don't know. So it's always subject to change. We never know exactly where we're going until we get information the next day. But that's always been something everybody's been frustrated with, So. Oh, that'd be cool. It'd be nice to see all my buddies. Because there were a lot of locals that were good friends to me. A lot of the locals actually came out and helped do mechanical stuff too. They heard that I was getting slammed. So I actually made a lot of good friends with the locals over in Hagerstown. So, it'll be nice to have them come out and visit once we get back to DC. Handyman Bob was over in like 2 stops back. That was his hometown. He was at our camp. We hung out with him. Andy, I don't know if you ever met Andy, because he really didn't come on till. Yeah, he did a little security. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, he came, because he lives in Oregon, I believe. He came up to the rally that we had just in the Washington or wherever it was. No, it was Indiana. I don't know. east of Oregon here. He came to that rally, and that's where Bob was. All of a sudden I was doing Joe's horns, and we went for a test drive just to kind of test the magnets and stuff, because I made him a custom magnet mount. I'll have to find out how that's holding up. And yeah, he showed up, and then all of a sudden there's Bob, and I'm like, Bob, what the hell? Yeah, so I hung out with Bob most of the night, and then you know, when I had to stay back in that town for the rims and the tires, Bob has a cabin off of a lake, and I was gonna go and hang out at Bob's cabin by the lake for the night, and then catch back up with Convoy the next day. But then the whole Tracy's fan blew apart, and the whole debacle with that kind of happened, and you know, me and Jeff were working our asses off over the phone trying to figure out where parts were, and you know, there just was no communication, and Jeff was trying to get a hold of them through their live stream, and yeah, it was a clusterfuck. I mean, you know, when I was doing all this stuff, every time we had a breakdown, it was just a smooth operation. Everything was calm, it was handled, whatever. You know, me having to stay back and get those parts, you know, and a problem happened on the road, and it was just like everything went fucking apeshit. It was like, holy crap. I mean, I cannot believe it just exploded the way it was. I mean, you know, in all reality, the guy that was pulling the flatbed trailer should have dumped off Dustin's car, because that's a fully functional running car. You know, somebody should have stepped up and drove Dustin's car, and he should have turned that flatbed trailer around and gone and picked up the ambulance, in my opinion. That's what should have happened. That's exactly what should have happened. But that's not what happened. Yeah, it's right behind me. It's right behind me. Yeah, the ambulance is functioning. We've been checking the oil. One of the other mechanics thought that an injector was bad because it had fuel in the oil, but the air temperature sensor wasn't screwed in to the intake, and it was sensing the engine temperature, the engine compartment temperature instead of the intake air temperature. And I believe that was the cause for the overfueling problem, because it was burning really heavy, to the point that driving behind it, you could just smell the unburned fuel coming out of the exhaust. It was so bad. She actually was losing power. I mean, she had no heat. You know, we pulled. Chris didn't know about the dimmer. He just admitted it on the phone. So add that to the list there, Jeff. Chris, musician Chris, security Chris, whatever, from Hagerstown, didn't know about the dimmer. That's awesome. I'm glad I can teach people stuff. It's right underneath your light control. If your truck's like mine, there's a little side slide wheel right next to your. Yeah, mine's 15. Mine's a 15, but the inside's the same. Right underneath the light switch for turning it from automatic to manual, there's going to be a side sliding wheel. You know, that slides sideways right underneath it, and that's how you turn your dimmer. And that's how you turn your dome light on too. So it's the same one that you use for your dome light. You're dimming your lights right now. There you go, buddy. And just you know, usually I run them as low as I can because I can see all my gauges. I don't know. I've got a tradesman model, so I don't have the really fancy digital center. Yeah, so Chris just learned about a dimmer, and I just showed him where it was. Teaching moment. Love it. I love that I'm teaching people right now. So, yeah, no. So, what were we talking? Oh, we were talking about the ambulance. So, yeah, so like I said, we changed the oil, and we put put that temperature sensor back into the manifold, and one of the hoses came loose because the hose clamp didn't get properly installed, and you know, now she has heat, and the vehicle's been able to do 65, 70 no problem, and we don't seem to be having the fuel and the oil issue anymore. So I mean, we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to throw a couple bottles of Lucas in it because we have actually had a little bit of a consumption problem, I've noticed. But we're going to throw a couple bottles of Lucas in it because she's an older truck. She's got, you know, she could probably use a little Lucas to keep her going. And yeah, you know, she owned an ambulance once before in her life. I don't know. She just it was big enough that she could stand up and she wouldn't have to duck over. We're talking about why Tracy bought the ambulance. You know, she wouldn't have to stand over. You know, from the research she had, it was a good vehicle. You know, it had a lot of options, a lot of space. You know, I don't fully understand why she picked it, but you know, we could probably get her on stream. Yeah, she's got it set up all as a camper. She sleeps on where if you had, okay, so you have the gurney in the middle, and then you'd have those side seats that everybody else would sit on. She fits right there. She's got like a space mattress or something. She basically lays on that section where everybody would normally like sit if they were kind of riding in the back. So that's her bed. Ha ha ha. That's morbid, man. He just asked me if Tracy was comfortable with the fact that probably hundreds of people have died in that ambulance. Chris is so morbid. You're so, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a fact. You're right. It's a fact. There's, you know, but still, you know, I'm not gonna say it to her. I gotta look at my phone real quick. Well, he hasn't dinged at me, but we gotta be getting close. Yeah, we're 9.4 miles away, so we're getting there. So, yeah. Yeah, we got 631 people sitting here listening to our conversation. Well, listen to my side of the conversation. Yeah. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Chris wants anybody in Ann Arbor, Michigan to meet them tomorrow for the Fauci rally to basically show their disapproval of Fauci. So anybody in Ann Arbor, Michigan or near Ann Arbor, Michigan, you know, hey, Fauci's going to be there. You know, time to tell them what you think of him. Yeah. All right. I guess the information about that rally is about the rally in Ann Arbor, Michigan. All right, well, we're getting close. I'm gonna let you go, buddy, because we're gonna have some turns and whatnot. It was nice talking to you, man. You know, love you, miss you. Hopefully I see you. You know, when we come through your area, if you don't join back up, whatever. You know, and I know you're doing local stuff right now, and that's great. You're starting your own thing, but if we roll through, it'd be great to see you for a day if we stop. I'll talk to you in just a second, Tracy, unless it's urgent right now.
No, that'll be fine.
All right. What'd you say, Chris? All right, bye. Awesome. Well, yeah. No, I don't expect that, but yeah, it'd be great to see you, buddy. And then you can give me back my joysticks that you stole because you forgot to give them back to me when you left. So then I have a spare set of joysticks for my drone. Thief. I know. It's fine. I don't care. Hey, you're my southern neighbor. You know, you guys come up to Wisconsin all the time and buy all the property up. So you know, you're probably in my neck of the woods all the time. Yeah, everybody from Illinois likes Wisconsin. It's nice. Yeah. My dad's family actually owned property in Sister Bay also. You know, I don't know how they just got let go, but hell, for all I know, they may actually still technically own it. I don't know. But, you know, yeah, my dad said that that's the cabin they used to come up there in the summers. And he had a hydroplane, but you'd sit on your knees and it had a little, like, 10-horse Johnson or something or whatever, Evinrude. And he'd go skipping across the lake. I always kind of wished he would have made me one, but, you know, it is what it is. So, it is what it is. So, all right. Yeah. Well, Mike's there. I mean, I'm trying to think who else. I guess Tabitha, she said she'd see me when I get there, so she might have joined back with the convoy. You know, so I mean, I'm trying to think who else you would know. Rose, you know Rose. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember who's all still there from Hagerstown. Yeah, I guess. All right. Catch you later, brother. All right, bye. Bye. Oh, 4.9 miles, 8 minutes. All right, Tracy, we're 4.9 miles away. What's up?
I was just kind of thinking out loud to myself about every once in a while still smelling rather strong odors from the fumes and things. And I just wondered if it was something we needed to just kind of double check when we get there. All the gauges are reading perfect. The truck's running great. I don't know why every once in a while it's still so strong. Maybe it's still burning off. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, you do have, we've seen, you've got some gaskets that are leaking. You've got a little bit of oil that you burn from, you know, stuff that's leaking on the block, you know. I mean, that thing isn't perfect, you know, in the way of seeps. You don't have any major drips, but you do have some block seepage between some of the gaskets. So it could be some of it that's getting on the exhaust. We probably, one of these days, we need to go in there and we had a power washer. Mudpig was talking about his sponsors wanted to buy a power washer. I'm gonna have to talk to Mudpig if he ever picked that up, because he wanted me to task, or he wanted to task me with that, and I was like, you know, I'm so busy. You know, I'd love to help you out with it, but really, you've got more time to sit here and go shop around. Why don't you look around for a power washer? And you probably want, you know, I told him, you know, if you got a decent enough APU or a decent enough, you know, because the gas one, it's going to be bigger and bulkier. But I never, he was going to sit here and he was going to check back with me to see what I thought about whatever he found. And I never heard if Mudpig ever bought a power washer, because people were really concerned about the fact that it gotten egged and they wanted us to have a way to get the eggs off. So yeah, I don't remember if he's got a power washer. If he does, when we get water at one of these places or something, or even I could use my camper with the pump if it has enough flow rate. You know, maybe we could wash out that engine bay, or go to a car wash or something and wash out that engine bay. You know, that might help with some of the smells that you're smelling too.
10-4, I just remembered when you said that, I've still got some eggs, about a 4-inch, pretty wide piece up on the top I need to get off. Not the roof, but of the chassis cab. I'm getting off with you then, so we'll just go with that.
Yeah, 10-4. Sorry, Jeff, I'm getting off the road right now. I'll talk to you a little bit later. I saw that you tried calling, but I just, yeah. You know, text me if it's something important, otherwise I'll call you back in just a little bit.
Turn right onto North Crawford
Maybe it's important. What's up, Jeff? I can't see my GPS now. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just so very grateful. Again, all the time, constantly. Thank all you guys, all you boots on the ground angels. I appreciate you all very much. I love you all.
Thank you. All right, bye. See how awesome is my moderator? He calls me to tell me that at the 6 o'clock meeting, they said no horns because something about the owner's wife or something is sick. All right, I just got an update from one of my moderators. We are not allowed to, or they don't want us blowing horns, so no horns going in. I guess the owner's wife is sick and you know, we don't want to wake her up and bother her, so no horns going in. I wasn't planning on doing horns, so you know, whatever, but it just so you guys know, no horns. Which is easy for Tracy because she blew it out already.
Exactly.
See how awesome?
I played a lot of songs on that thing.
Yeah. How awesome is my moderator? He sits here and he calls me up and lets me know about important information right when I need it. Yeah, too. You know, just be honest, buddy. Could have just been like, hey, 6 o'clock meeting said no horns. Cool, done. But I appreciate you, man. I really do. I really do appreciate you. Appreciate everything you're doing. I know it's MJ something Farms. I appreciate you too. You're a great guy. I know a couple other my moderators. Joe added. I definitely need to get you to chime in because I want to thank you guys too. You know, I see the little wrench when you guys talk, so definitely want you guys to chime in so I can start getting to know your names too. You know, that was Joe. He said pick that person, they're awesome. I think he actually added a few of my moderators. Read your chats. Well, I will read my chats when I get more to a stop. We're kind of slow rolling, so I can read my chats a little bit more, but you know, but I'm gonna probably do this after dark. I'll probably turn off this this live, and then I'll do a little bit of my after dark. It's maybe I won't. Maybe until midnight here, which would be about an hour. We'll do the. That way I can give you guys some attention, and yeah. I do feel bad. I think that'll be a cool idea when I put my AirPods in, and some good comments. And I engage with you guys a little bit more, you know. So when I can engage with you guys a little bit more, you know, we can have more of a. You know, yeah. Just trying to figure out where we are.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
Quarter mile, turn right. Okay, we're still going straight. According to this. Ooh. And I see some trucks. No motor vehicles. Oh, sorry, I broke that rule. Ah, I see the fire. I see the fire truck. Fire truck. I see the fire truck. He makes it so much easier to find the convoy because he runs the lights all the time. There we go. We're back with the convoy.
At 118 Sword.
Good. We'll keep an eye on it, and yeah, we arrived. We're here. And I did it again. I'm back on the microphone, sitting here and talking to everybody on the CB instead of talking to my chat. I'm so tired.
What are you doing?
I'm live streaming, and I keep on forgetting, or because I got really tired, I'd start keying up and keying to talk to my live stream, not without keying up the CB. But hey, it's great that you got the lights on. It made it easier for us to find you.
Hey, here we are.
Love you, Big D.
10-4.
Good to be home.
Isn't that funny how we call it home? Every time we come to a stop and we're all in a group, every place we go, we just call home.
I see y'all coming. Don't honk for me. In the trailer house out there, and she's really sick, so no horn honking.
10-4, Big D. Yeah, my moderator, one of my moderators made sure right when we got off the highway. Boots is here! Awesome! Lil Big Rig's here. Awesome! Yeah, was at the 6 o'clock meeting, so that was thumbs up for my moderator.
10-4.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, we got some flashing headlights. Gotta figure out where the best spot is for me to park, because backing this thing up is just a bitch.
Shit, just pull up right. Just turn all the way around and park square with them other vehicles right there in the front.
Yeah, that'll probably work. That's what I'm just gonna do. It looks like it worked great for me.
Here comes that ambulance.
Yeah, she's up and working. I don't know. She seems fine. We keep checking the oil. It looks good. I mean, everything seems to be good. Put a new radiator. 007's right there. I got his part, so I can give it to him. I'm gonna shield or see if he's awake. All right, I'm gonna get off the radio, and nice to see all you guys again.
10-4. Welcome home.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes the live stream for right now, and like I said, I'm gonna kind of walk around, talk to a few people real quick, and set up my camper, and maybe I'll go into the back and I'll do my after dark with Mechanic Eric back there. And hey, I want to thank every single one of you guys. You guys actually helped to keep me awake and kept me focused. Oh, we got showers here. Oh, that's awesome. Guys kind of keeping me on my toes. I mean, keeping my mind working. That probably helped keep me not. I want to thank every one of you guys for hanging out with me, and looking forward to seeing what you guys got to say. Like I said, it probably won't be very long, so just keep on up. Yeah, I definitely need to clean up. I'll probably do it in the morning. I usually roll behind the convoy anyway, so I'll take a couple extra minutes in the morning, let the convoy roll out, and then take a shower in the morning. Woo-hoo. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hope to, like I said, I'll probably be on the stream in just a little bit, and then we'll do that thing where I can actually engage with you guys. All right. Bye.